Tar serve out of bounds, point Irish. Okay, so here's the situation. I'm talking on YouTube and Facebook right now. Finally got YouTube working, but as Jocelyn serves into the net, unfortunately, side out to the Tars. My camera's, it's my phone, which is just on Facebook. I will try to get it switched between sets. Currently 16-13 Irish in the 5th and 6th grade match in the first set. Annalise passes forward. Savannah rolls it over. Popped up by the Tars. Kept alive. Free ball just over. Savannah will send it over, but out of bounds for a Tars point. Tars serve. Popped up by Annalise. Savannah takes a swing at it. Can't quite get there. Point to the Tars. That's right. Tars serve. Annalise pops it up. Evie, then Savannah rolls it over. Tars pop it up. Pass forward, dump deep. Annalise touches it forward. Josie straight up. Evie not quite over. Point to the Tars. We're tied at 16. Tars serve. Josie B. Savannah over. Touched right back over Josie into the net and drops between Ellie and Evie for a Tars point. Served over and drops for the Tars. Sorry about the pause on Facebook there. Served over, Annalise sends it back. Popped up by the Tars. Second ball's headed out of bounds. Side out point to the Irish. It's 17-18, Irish trailing now. And service error from the Irish gives it back to the Tars. Tars serve, popped up and over by Annalise. Tars keep it alive, send it forward, free ball, doesn't have the distance, side out point Irish. Hannah in for Josie B. Savannah to serve, trailing 19-18. Savannah serve floats just over, played by the Tars. Second ball's off a backboard near the stands, and it's a point to the Irish. Savannah's next serve, right side, popped up by the Tars, past middle, then bumped the wrong way, and can't do anything with the third ball, point to the Irish. Savannah serving again. She'll drive it low over the net. Popped up by the Tars, close to the net. Passed, not quite over. Third ball is going to land on the Irish bench around the wrong side of the antenna. And the Tars will take a timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, during the timeout, I'd like to draw your attention to the teal ribbons that the girls from both teams are wearing. The girls are wearing teal ribbons to honor Mrs. Harris, a 5th grade teacher at St. Patrick's. Mrs. Harris is also the wife of Blessed Sacrament Deacon Michael Harris. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please have a big round of applause in support of Mrs. Harris, a great 5th grade teacher at St. Patrick's.
And with the timeout, we're able to get back to video. Hopefully, if you were watching on Facebook, you've moved over to YouTube now. Savannah serving after the Tars timeout. Kirsten has checked in. Savannah serving. Served over, tips the net, and drops for an ace. Served over by Savannah and down for an ace. Evie will check back in for Kirsten. Savannah misfires on that serve, side out to the Tars. It's 23-20 Irish in set number 1. Served over. Savannah pops it up, but going the wrong way. Annalise got a hand to it, but send it back behind the Irish bench. Tars next serve. Drops just in front of Savannah. Tars serve is short. Annalise digs it up and over. Popped up by the Tars near the net. Bump set, free ball over. Josie P close to the net. Evie tries to send it over, sends it into the net. It's point for the Tars. We're tied at 23. Tars next serve. Annalise can't get there, and it's set point to the Tars. Next serve is out of bounds. Side out point to the Irish. We're tied at 24. This set will go at least to 26. Annalise out, Jocelyn in, Ellie to serve. Ellie serve, floats high and over. Popped up close to the net, and they can't do anything with it. Point to the Irish, set point to the Irish. Ellie serves high and over. Popped up and over. Jocelyn will push it back. Popped up by the Tars. Attempt to dump it over the net is denied by the net. And that's how set number 1 will end. Irish take it 26-24.
Ladies and gentlemen, in between sets, please be sure to visit our concession stand in the comments area. We have popcorn, candy, soft drinks. We have delicious popcorn here at West Sacrament. There's plenty of ice cold Mountain Dew water.
Apologize, I had my microphone muted. It's 2-2. Tars' next serve is short of the net. Side out point to the Irish. We've just had all kinds of problems with this broadcast. Try to straighten it out from here. Ellie in, Annalise out, Jocelyn to serve with 3-2 lead in set number 2. Jocelyn serve, drops over but out. Point to the Tars, we're tied at 3. Annalise in for Jocelyn in the back row. Tars serve is out of bounds. Point to the Irish. Evie serving with the 4-3 lead. She'll float it over. Tipped up and over. Ellie sends it over. Tars pop it up. Keep it alive, but no. Oh, they get to a third ball, put it into a teammate for the 4th hit, and it drops for an Irish point. Served over, tipped up. Savannah sends it back. Tars pop it up. Keep it alive. Free ball over. Popped up by Annalise. And Evie misfires. And it drops for a Tars point. 5-4 Irish. Tars serve, lands out of bounds, side out point Irish. Savannah to serve at the 6-4 lead. And Hannah will check in for Josie B. Savannah serve, just out of bounds. Tried to paint the line and just missed. 6-5 Irish, Tars with the serve. Floated over deep. Annalise pops it up forward. Evie, set attempt goes into the net and drops for a Tars point. Tars flip the next serve over deep. Annalise passes forward. Evie, bump set. Jocelyn, or Hannah, sorry, up and over. Tars dump it over. Ellie can't dig it up. Tars get the kill. Tars serve over. Savannah passes forward. Evie, bump set towards Hannah. She can't get it over. It was too tight to the net. Point to the Tars. Next Tars serve is into the net. Side out point to the Irish. Jocelyn in, Annalise out. Ellie to serve. 8-7 Tars. Ellie floats it over high. Popped up by the Tars. Second ball up, middle attack. Lands out of bounds. Hannah got the toes to the line. Ellie's next serve low over the net and mishandled by the Tars for an ace. Ellie's next serve, high over. Popped up, middle attack coming, tipped into the net and drops for an Irish point. His next serve floats over. Sent right back. Ellie digs it up. But the Irish can't get to a second ball. That's a side out point to the Tars. Annalise in for Ellie. Irish lead 10-9. Served over. Jocelyn pops it up, but not over, and it drops for a Tars point. That serve lands out of bounds. Side out point to the Irish. Josie P to serve with the 11-10 lead. Serve floats over, popped up by the Tars. Pass forward, free ball over. Savannah will send it back, but out of bounds. Tars point, we're tied at 11. Tars serve, Annalise will send it over. Popped up tight to the net and over. Evie, then Jocelyn. Evie can't do anything else with it. She'll be called for a lift. And the Irish will take a timeout. Tars will be serving after the Irish timeout. It's 12-11 Tars. Served over deep. Savannah mishandles, point to the Tars. Served over by the Tars. Savannah touches it up. Evie sends it across. Annalise from deep gets it over. Tars sent it the wrong way. They keep it alive. Free ball coming. That's over. Savannah will send it right back over. Tars pop it up. They'll keep it alive and send another free ball. Annalise doesn't quite get there off the fingertips. And it's a Tars point. Tars next serve lands out of bounds. Side out point to the Irish. Josie B will serve. Hannah took a seat. Josie serve, popped up, kept alive, and free ball over. Josie lines up, passes over to Evie. She'll send it over as it tips the tape and drops for an Irish point. Josie's next serve, over. Popped over, kept alive, free ball rolled over. Jocelyn, Josie going the wrong way, and no one tracks down the third ball. Side out point Tars. They lead 15-13. Tars serve over. Savannah pops it up. Josie keeps it alive. Savannah sends it over. Tars pop that straight up. Low forward, third ball's going the wrong way. That's a side out point to the Irish. Ellie in, Annalise out, Jocelyn to serve. Trailing 14-15. Jocelyn serve, floats over, popped up by the Tars. Second ball high in the air, near the net. Third ball looks over. Savannah tries to push it, and it's denied by the net. Annalise back in for Jocelyn. Tars serve. Josie passes across. Savannah tries to roll it over into the net. Ellie digs it out, but sends it back into the net as well. 17-14 Tars. Tars next serve. Under the net, side out point Irish. Evie will serve, trailing 15-17. She'll float it over, and it drops for an ace. Evie's next serve, low, tips the tape, and drops for another ace. Evie's next serve, over, popped up and over. Savannah will send it right back, popped up by the Tars. They'll send over the second ball. Annalise touches towards Evie, pops it up and over, tips the tape and drops inbounds for an Irish point. Evie's serve is over, pushed up and over, and Savannah can't do anything with it. Side out point to the Tars. We're tied at 18. Now, I take it back. They're saying that I think the serve was attacked, which you're not allowed to do. So it should be point Irish, unless we're doing a replay. They took the point off of the Tars. I think it should be 19-17. It is. And Evie will serve again. Evie serves it over. Popped up. Tips over the tape. Josie puts it into the net. And it drops for a Tars point. It's 19-18 Irish now. Tars serve, floats over, popped over, touched, and then tips Evie on the way by for a Tars kill. Tars serve, floats over. Ellie pops it high in the air. Evie will send it over. Tars lift it up. Keep it alive middle, tip it over. Savannah pops it up. Evie rolls it over. Popped up by the Tars. Kept alive near the net. Is it gonna get over? No, it's not. It'll drop for an Irish point. Savannah will serve now with the 20-19 lead. Hannah is gonna check in for Josie B. Savannah serve, driven over. It's popped up by the Tars. They'll set outside attack, diagonal. Savannah got a hand to it, but couldn't do anything with it. Side out, point Tars. We're tied at 20. Floated over. Savannah send it right back. Tars pop it up tight to the net. And they'll tip it over and down for a Tars point. Tars next serve, driven over deep. Savannah pops it up. Evie will send it over. Popped up and going the wrong way, and it'll drop for an Irish point. Tied at 21. Jocelyn in, Annalise out. Ellie to serve. Ellie, underhand serve, driven over, popped up, but going the wrong way. Sent forward and over. Jocelyn will pass it right back. Tars sent it over. Evie pops it up. Jocelyn keeps it alive. Josie P sends it over deep. Tars get a hand to it, and it'll drop near the back wall for an Irish point. Ellie floats it high in the air short, popped up by the Tars, close to the net, and nobody tracks down a second ball. Ellie to serve again. Served over. Popped up close to the net. Sent over. Savannah will send it back. Tars will send it back. Jocelyn pushes. Josie keeps it alive. Evie sends it over. Popped up by the Tars. Tight to the net. Third ball. Diagonal inbounds. Hannah sent it the wrong way. Evie got a hand to it but couldn't do anything with it. It drops for a Tars point. Annalise back in for Ellie. It's 23-22 Irish. Tars service error makes it match point Irish, 24-22. Josie P will serve. Josie's serve gets played by the Tars, kept alive, pushed over. Jocelyn pushes it back. Tars keep it alive. Free ball, has the distance, dug into the net, and drops for a Tars side out and point. It's 24-23 Irish, still match point. Tars serve, Evie pops it up. Savannah keeps it alive, Annalise from deep, gets it over. Popped up by the Tars. And then set, attack. And it lands in the back corner. We're tied at 24. And the ball goes out into the cafeteria. We'll go to at least 26. Tars serve. Annalise pops it up and over. Tars pass it forward. Then pass it over. Jocelyn pushes. Dug up and over. Josie cut in front of Annalise, and the ball drops for a Tars point. It's set point Tars now. 25-24. Tars serve. Savannah misfires. We'll play a third set in the 5th and 6th grade match as the Tars take it 26-24. getting set for set number 3. Irish will have Josie P, Hannah Jocelyn, Evie, Savannah Ellie, and Annalise at libero.
Ladies and gentlemen, this third set will be played to 15, going to 15 points at set number 3.
Okay, only going to 15 this set. As Annalise comes in for Ellie. First serve to the Irish from Josie P. And she'll float it over. Tars pop it up. Set, outside attack, over the block, passed over by Savannah. Tars pop it up, back row, pass it forward. Free ball rolls over. Savannah passes it forward, tight to the net. Josie passes it back. Evie sends it over, but out of bounds. Side out point to the Tars. Tars serve, low, hard. Annalise passes it right over. Tars pop up near the back row, keep it alive, but it was still deep. Sent over, but that'll land out. Side out point to the Irish. We're tied at 1. Hannah will serve. Hannah serve. Tipped forward, pass forward then, and rolled over. Annalise pops it up. Josie sends it back. Jocelyn passes it over. Push right back. Jocelyn will send it right back. Push back by the Tars. Annalise will pass it over. Dug up and then into a teammate and drops for an Irish point. Served over, pass forward, that's going to be over. Jocelyn will push it right back. Tars pass forward, then set, outside, attack, diagonal. Evie got a hand to it, but drops for a Tars point. We're tied at 2. Josie B will check in for Hannah to play the back row. Tars serve. Savannah will pass it over. Tars will keep it up. Tight to the net. Drops on the Tars side of the net for an Irish point. Jocelyn to serve. Ellie in, Annalise out. With a 3-2 lead in set number 3, only going to 15 today. Jocelyn serve, pass forward, set up, and attacked into the net, drops for an Irish point. Jocelyn serve into the net for a side out point to the Tars. 4-3 Irish as Annalise comes back in for Jocelyn. Served over. Annalise and Josie collide. The ball drops after ricocheting off of one of their arms. That's a Tars point. Tars' next serve is caught by her teammate right at the net. Point to the Irish. Evie to serve with the 5-4 lead. She'll float it over. Pass right back. Josie P pushes it over. Pass tight to the net, tipped over. Evie keeps it alive. Ellie into the net. Josie takes a swing at it, but it drops for a Tars point. serve. Just makes it over the net and drops for an ace. Served over. And Josie B can't do enough with it. 7-5 Tars. Served over. Josie passes it forward. Savannah put it into the net. Evie hit it twice. Got the double hit, the 4 hits, and the ball didn't make it over. All that adds up to 1 point for the Tars. 8-5 Tars in this third set to 15. Tars floated over. Josie into the net and drops. Tars next serve. Annalise pops it up, tight to the net. Ellie into the net. Savannah couldn't do anything with it. Point to the Tars, it's 10-5. Hannah will check in for Josie in the back row. Tars next serve, floated over. Annalise passes it over the net. Tars pop it up. Then collide, free ball. Doesn't have the distance. The 4th hit makes it over, but it's a side out and point to the Irish. Savannah will serve. Josie will check back in for Savannah, or Hannah, sorry. Too many uhs on this team. Savannah serve floats over. Tars pop it up. Set, middle, free ball over. Savannah will send it right back. Tars pop it high in the air. Then keep it high in the air again. Back corner, free ball over. I'm not sure if Evie or Josie got that, but it's over. Tars' second ball is alive. Free ball over. Ellie sent it to the scorer's table for a Tars side out and point. They lead 11-6. Third set to 15. Hannah in for Josie now. Oh, no, sorry, that was Josie. Tars floated over short. Hannah passes it across. Ellie passes it over. Tars set. Then bump. Free ball over. Savannah into the net. Ellie slides. Can't get anything on it. Point to the Tars. And the Irish will take a timeout. Tars serving after the Irish timeout with a 12-6 lead here in set number 3, which is only going to 15 in this 5th, 6th grade match. Served over. Annalise passes it forward, tight to the net. Josie P takes a swing at it, but couldn't get contact. It's 13-6 Tars. Tars next serve. Change up and it drops. And it's match point Tars. Tars serve over. Yeah, took a swing at it, but it takes the fingertips and drops. And that will end the 5th and 6th grade match. Tars take it in 3. 24-26, 26-24, 15-6. We will have the 7th grade match in about 15-20 minutes after their warm-up is completed. No 8th grade match tonight. starting lineup, 7th grade match.
Good evening, volleyball fans. On behalf of Father Adam Cesaric, Father Archelaus, and Principal Gary Finch, welcome to Blessed Sacrament School. Tonight's 7th grade match is the Irish from St. Pat's. Let's hear it for the Irish. And our very own Blessed Sacrament Tars. At this time, if everyone would please stand, gentlemen, remove your caps as Briella Overlander leads us in our athletic prayer.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Lord, you created this day for gain not loss, success not failure, positive actions, not negative thoughts. Inspire in us a desire for greatness, to wisely use the gifts and talents you have so kindly given to us. Help us to do our best and to show superior sportsmanship, creating us a right attitude, a firm belief in God, our teammates, and a commitment to never give up, no matter what the score is. May our team grow closer to one another and to you as we support each other. We ask all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. May Tarcisius pray for us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Good job, Briella. And ladies and gentlemen, I announced this in the first set of the 6th grade match, but I'll do it again here at the start of the 7th grade match. I'd like to draw your attention to the teal ribbons that the girls from both teams are wearing this evening. The girls are wearing the teal ribbons to honor Mrs. Harris, a 5th grade teacher at St. Patrick's. Mrs. Harris is also a cheer for Mrs. Harris. Mrs. Harris is also the wife of Blessed Sacrament Deacon Michael Harris. So it's unbelievable, ladies. Thank you for wearing the teal ribbons. And ladies and gentlemen, let's have a big round of applause again in support of Mrs. Harris. And with that, we'll get rolling on the starting lineups for both teams. First, the guests on the scoreboard, the Irish from St. Patrick's. Number 43, the libero, Aaron Scott. Number 4, Cecilia Hatton. Number 5, Kirsten Nolte. Number 12, Rose Brickerick. Number 13, Zoe Geis. Number 19, Jocelyn Chisholm. And number 30, Grace Parker. The Irish are coached by coaches Kim Crowd and Priscilla Keith. And now for your Blessed Sacrament Tars. Number 10, Briella Overlander. Number 15, Madeline Allen. Number 17, Lauren Naylor. Number 24, Samantha Wilderman. Number 34, Emily Corey. And number 46, Sophie Quinn. Your Tars are coached by coaches Tanya Corey, Danielle Overlander, and Carla Luzak. Tonight's match will be officiated and played under the rules of the IDSA by Carla Coleman and Gary Drummond. Let's have a great match with good sportsmanship, girls. Good luck to both teams.
All right, lineup's done. Time for the ceremonials. Irish 7th graders are without Jill tonight. So it looks like Zoe was practicing at setter for most of the warm-ups. Irish will have Zoe, Kirsten, Jocelyn, Rose, Cecilia, Grace, and Annalise at libero. Looks like she'll come in for Grace, and Zoe will have first serve for the Irish as we start set number 1. Zoe's first serve driven, tipped up, and pushed forward. Free ball is going the wrong way and drops for an Irish point. I didn't think I'd need the ceiling counter tonight, but that one came awfully close. Zoe's next serve, driven low, dug up, touch forward, free ball into the net. Irish point. Zoe's next serve, floated over, popped up, kept alive, but then into the net and drops for an Irish point. Zoe's next serve, popped up in the air. Tight to the net, tipped over. Cecilia with the pass. Zoe set for Rose. Her attack tips the tape and then drops as the Tars try to dig it up. It's an Irish point. Zoe's next serve, pass straight over. Annalise pops it up. Zoe sends it forward. Rose passes it over. Tars pop it up. Pass forward, free ball over. Zoe, Cecilia keeps it alive. Zoe will roll it over free. Tars tight to the net. Rose attacks, rolls along the tape and drops on the Irish side. Side out point to the Tars. Irish lead 4-1. Tars serve. Annalise passes forward. Zoe pops it up. Kirsten attacks. Popped up by the Tars. They attack that second ball. Cecilia touches. Annalise. Kirsten free over, but out. Served over. Cecilia digs it up and over. Tars pop it up. Outside attack, tips the tape. Annalise just gets a hand to it, drops for a Tars point. Served over. Annalise can't get there in time. We're tied at 4. Served over. Cecilia passes. Zoe bump set. Rose sends it over free. Pass tight. Tipped over. Push deep. Annalise passes forward. Zoe sends it over. Over tight to the net. Tips, and then Rose got a hand to it, and it drops as Cecilia sprawls to the floor for a Tars point. Tars serve floated over. Annalise with the pass. Zoe dumps it over. Free ball comes over. Annalise pops it up. Zoe with the bump set. Cecilia misfired on that. Decided to pass at the last minute and didn't get under it enough. Tars next serve. Popped up by Annalise. Zoe pops it up for Kirsten. She'll push it over. Popped up by the Tars. Set outside attack down the line. Annalise pops it up. Zoe keeps it alive near the bench. Rose passes over. Attack into the net and drops for an Irish side out and point. Kirsten will serve, trailing 5-6. Driven over. Popped up, pushed forward, free ball rolled over. Zoe pops it up. Jocelyn passes over. Low set, then the free ball doesn't have the distance. That's the 4th hit. That's an Irish point. Kirsten serve. Free ball on the second ball. Rose attacks that overpass. Pushed forward but down, and it's an Irish point. Kirsten serve. Popped up, then set. Middle attack, floated over. Annalise with the low pass. Zoe pops it up. Jocelyn pops it over. Tars pass it forward, then attack. Zoe will tip over after the pass from Annalise. Tars pass it over. Annalise low pass. Zoe keeps it alive. Jocelyn rolls it over low. Attack tips the tape and the block, but Annalise pops it over. Second ball into the net, drops for an Irish point after the long rally. Kirsten misfires on that serve, side out, point to the Tars. It's 8-7 Irish. Set number 1 of the 7th grade match. Served over. Annalise will pass it over. Popped up, tight to the net, and then free ball over. Annalise with a set. Zoe tips it over. Tip attempt, and Jocelyn with the lift after the ball tipped the tape and dropped on the Irish side from the Tars attack. It's tied at 8, Tars to serve. Cecilia passes low, it tips the tape and drops after a touch from the Tars. Jocelyn out, Grace in, Annalise to serve. Once we find the ball, there it is. Annalise to serve. Popped up and then drops. Annalise's next serve, driven over, popped up by the Tars. Free ball over, Annalise will pass. Zoe bump set for Grace in the middle. Her attack, got under it, too deep, out of bounds to the Tars. 10-9 Irish. Served over, Annalise will pass it over. Popped up, pushed across, free ball rolled over. Annalise, Zoe gets it over. Popped up by the Tars. Passed across, free ball over. Kirsten passes forward. Zoe tips, and she'll be called for over the net on her dump attempt. Rose pops it up, but can't track it on a second ball. Point to the Tars. They lead 11-10. Tars' next serve is into the net and drops for an Irish side out and point. Rose will serve, tied at 11. Rose's serve low, passed over. Annalise passes forward. Zoe tips over. Tars got a hand to it, couldn't do anything with it. Point to the Irish. Rose's next serve. Popped up, but sent to the Tars bench for an Irish ace. Rose's next serve. Over, popped up. It's going to be tight to the net. Pass attempt is into the net and drops for an Irish point. Rose's next serve. Popped up, but off the upper arm, and then it drops for an Irish point. Rose's serve. Over, passed right over. Annalise pops it up. Zoe sets, but was closer to her dad than to Rose. Unfortunately, side out point to the Tars. 15-12 Irish. Tars serve. Rose pops it up, but but Zoe can't get there in time. 13-15 Irish. Served over. Annalise passes it over. Popped up by the Tars. Free ball. Cecilia pushes it to Zoe. Zoe bump set for Rose. Rose attacks. Pushed up by the Tars. Tap set and can't do anything with that. Drops for an Irish side out. And the Tars need a timeout with the Irish leading 16-13. After the Tars timeout, Cecilia will serve for the Irish with the 16-13 lead. Drives her serve over. Popped up by the Tars, but behind the official for an Irish ace. Cecilia's next serve, driven low, popped up by the Tars. And then over free. Cecilia with the pass. Zoe sets, Kirsten free ball over. Pushed over, Rose with the pass. Zoe dumps over, passed over, Annalise is there. She'll pass towards Zoe. Zoe sets for Grace. Grace's attack is passed over, Rose pops it up. Zoe bump set, Annalise attack from the back row, popped up by the Tars. Over free, Grace is there. Attack on the overpass. Cecilia can't get back in time. It drops for a Tars side out. 17-14 Irish lead. That serve is going to be out of bounds. Side out point to the Irish. Grace will serve Jocelyn in, Annalise out. 18-14 Irish, set number one. Passed over. Rose tries to attack. Jocelyn passes it over. Popped up, then attacked. Rose with the pass. Zoe dumps over. Touch set, and then attack into the net. Drop for an Irish point. Grace to serve. Driven deep. And out, unfortunately. 19-15 Irish. Annalise in for Grace. Serve to the Irish coach, out of bounds, side out Irish. Zoe to serve with the 20-15 lead. Zoe serve, popped up by the Tars, kept alive, free ball over. Annalise with the pass. Zoe bump set high for Rose, her attack is rolled over, popped up by the Tars. Touch set, outside attack, tips the tape. Zoe got a hand to it, Jocelyn with the lift. Cecilia tries to do something with it, but it drops for a Tars point. Tars serve. Annalise passes forward. Zoe tip attempt denied by the net. Point to the Tars. Tars serve. Annalise passes forward. Zoe bumps that. Kirsten close to the net, sends a high free ball. There lands out. Tars serve short. Jocelyn pops it up and over. Tars attack the overpass. Annalise touch pass. Zoe passes over. Tars attack on the second ball. Too deep, out of bounds. Point to the Irish. Kirsten to serve with the 21-18 lead. Kirsten serve floats over, popped up by the Tars. Set across, attack diagonal. Cecilia pops it up and over. Attack on the overpass, drops inbounds for a Tars point. Served over, but out of bounds. Side out point to the Irish. Annalise will serve. Grace in. Jocelyn out. 22-19 Irish. Annalise serves deep. Popped up by the Trojan. Or Tars, sorry, push forward. Passed over. Kirsten pops it up. Kept alive. Kirsten takes a swing at it with one hand, and it's a Tars point. 22-20 Irish. Served over but out. Side out point to the Irish. Rose to serve, leading 23-20. Rose serve, mishandled by the Tars for an ace. It's set point Irish. Rose's next serve tips the tape drop, dig up and over. Rose passes forward. Zoe sets. Cecilia will pass it over. Popped up. Kept alive near the net. Free ball rolls over but lands out. And Irish takes set number one, 25-20.
Great first set, girls. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to sell you our last.
Irish appear to be missing a player. I think it's Jocelyn. They'll have Zoe, Kirsten, I think Jocelyn, Rose, Cecilia, Grace. I did mute when I yelled. Tars serve in set number 2. Served over, lands out for an Irish point. Zoe to serve with a 1-0 lead. Zoe serve, passed up and over. Zoe with the pass. Cecilia tight to the net. Kirsten over the net, over the line, and ball not over the net. Point to the Tars. We're tied at 1. Tars serve. Rose pops it up. Jocelyn let it drop. Heard the shout from Zoe. That serve lands out of bounds. Side out point to the Irish. We're tied at 2. Kirsten to serve. Kirsten's serve is into the net. Side out point to the Tars. 3-2 Tars lead here in set number 2. Serve popped up by Cecilia. Kirsten keeps it alive. Jocelyn rolls the free ball over. That's tight to the net. Jocelyn will push. Popped up overpass again. Zoe with the pass. Cecilia dumps it over. Popped up by the Tars. And then miscommunication from the Tars. They send the second ball under the net. Side out point Irish. Grace in, Jocelyn out. Annalise to serve. Annalise's serve. Passed across by the Tars. Touch set to the middle and then drops for an Irish point. Annalise's serve. Low and down for an ace. Annalise's next serve driven deep. Touch forward, free ball over. Kirsten with the bump set. Zoe sets for Cecilia. Her attack into the net and drops for a Tars point. Tars serve. Rose pops it up. Zoe tip attempt denied by the net. Point to the Tars. Tied at 5. Served over. Kirsten didn't get under it enough. Point to the Tars. That serve lands out. Side out point to the Irish. Rose to serve, tied at 6. Rose, serve floated over. Rose, Zoe tip into a block that's sent into the net and drops for an Irish point. Rose's serve over, Pat sent right back. Annalise got a hand to it, couldn't do anything with it. Side out point to the Tars, we're tied at 7. Tars, low serve. Kirsten digs it up and over. Popped up by the Tars. Passed across and then over. Annalise with the pass. Zoe bump set. Rose attacks. Popped up by the Tars. Set towards the middle. Free ball rolled over. Rose with the pass. Zoe bump set across for Cecilia, whose attack is just into the tape again. Drops for a Tars point. Tars flip the serve over. Kirsten with the pass. Cecilia pushes across. Tars set, middle attack. Grace with the pass. Zoe bumps that tight to the net. It's over, attacked by the Tars, sent back by Grace, attacked by the Tars. Alice with the pass. Zoe bumps set, Grace attacks. Tars pass forward, set towards the middle. Free ball into the net, drops for an Irish side out and point. Cecilia to serve, tied at 8. Drives the serve over and down for an ace. Served over, popped up, touched forward, free ball rolled over. Rose pops it up. Zoe with the bump set for Kirsten. Kirsten attacks, attacked by the Tars, and drops for an Irish point. Cecilia will let her toss drop in replay. Drives that serve off a foot. Trying to do an Emily Clift impersonation. Doesn't work as well for the Tars. Cecilia's next serve, driven over, popped up by the Tars. Kept alive, free ball rolled over. Cecilia passes to Zoe. Zoe bumps set. Grace attack into the net, drops for a Tars side out and point. 11-9 Irish, but Tars on the serve. Serve tips the tape and drops in front of Kirsten. Serve. Cecilia sends it the wrong way. Rose keeps it alive. Grace has got it lined up. She'll send it over, push right back. Grace will send it over, but out. Tars serve. Rose can't do anything with it. 12-11 Tars now lead in set number 2. That serve is into the net from the Tars. Side out point to the Irish. We're tied at 12. Grace to serve as Jocelyn comes in and Annalise goes out. Grace's serve is into the net. Side out point to the Tars. 13-12 Tars lead with the serve. Served over, Rose pops it up. It's going to be tight to the net. And the Tars will win the jump with Zoe at the net. Lost my camera for a second there. Sorry about that. Still don't have it back. I'll try. Tars serve. Cecilia pops it up. Kirsten's attack is out of bounds. Tars serve. Annalise passes forward. Zoe touches over. Attack on the overpass. Rose pops it up. Zoe bumps that. Kirsten to attack. That's passed up by the Tars. Dumped over. Cecilia digs it up and over. Passed over by the Tars. Rose with the pass tight to the net. Out of bounds, point to the Irish as the Tars win the joust but lose the war. Zoe to serve, trailing 13-15. Zoe serve tipped and then drops for an Irish ace. Next serve. Popped up and over. Jocelyn tries to push. She was fading back, didn't have enough power on it. Drops for a Tars side out and point. They lead 16-14. Tars served over. Cecilia pops it up. Rose will send it over. And that is dug into the net, then into the net again, and then drops for an Irish side out and point. Kirsten to serve, trailing 15-16. Kirsten's serve lands just out, side out to the Tars. They lead 17-15. Cecilia digs it up and over, popped up by the Tars. Kept alive and attacked. Annalise passes forward. Zoe sets for Jocelyn. Her attack is passed up. Free ball over. Zoe. Kirsten keeps alive. Cecilia pushes over, popped up by the Tars. Set and hit. Jocelyn digs it up and over, popped up by the Tars. Popped up again. Attack deep and out. Side out point Irish. Annalise will serve. Jocelyn out, Grace in. Annalise's serve is into the net, side out Tars. They lead 18-16. Served over, Annalise can't get there in time. Served over, lands out. As Kirsten got her toes to the line. Rose to serve with the assist from Sam. 17-19 Irish trailing. Rose's serve popped up by the Tars. Close to the net and pushed into the net. Grace was there ready for the block. Drops for an Irish point. Rose's serve floats over and drops for an ace. Rose's next serve popped up by the Tars. Then attacked on that ball. That drops in behind Rose for a Tar kill. 20-19, that's the Sacrament leading here in set number 2. They're trying to force a third. Serve floats over. Annalise passes it up, tight to the net, attack, popped up, tight to the net again. It'll be point Irish as the Tars were in the net. Had to wait for the point there. Somebody was in the net, and it was the Tars. Cecilia will serve, tied at 20. Floats it over, sends it wide out of bounds. Tars. Served into the net by the Tars, side out to the Irish. Grace will serve, tied at 21. Jocelyn in for Annalise. Grace drives it low and fast over. Popped up by the Tars, pushed forward. Free ball passed over and out. Point to the Irish. Grace's next serve. Floated over and down for an ace. Grace's next serve. Caught on the upper arm, and it's match point Irish. The Tars will use the timeout. Grace with the serve, match point Irish, 24-21. Misfires on her serve, side out to the Tars. Annalise in for Grace, still match point Irish, 24-22. Served over, Annalise passes forward, but offline, 24-23, still match point Irish. But we'll need it this time or we'll go to at least 26. Tara served over, Rose passes forward. Zoe bump set, Kirsten attacks. Gets it deep, pass forward, tight to the net. Pass across, free ball over. Jocelyn pushes that over. Tight to the net, set up, tight to the net. Tips and Jocelyn pushes it into the net and drops for a Tars point. We're tied at 24, we'll go to at least 26. The ball died on top of the net for Jocelyn. Tars serve floats over. Annalise passes over. Overpasses. Ilya touches to Zoe. Zoe pushes over deep. And that line's in. Side out. Point Irish. Match point Irish. Zoe with the serve. Zoe serve. Popped up. Push deep. Annalise with the pass. Zoe bump set to Rose. Rose attack into the net. Drops for a Tars side out and point. We're tied at 25. We'll go to at least 27 in set number 2. Serve towards Rose. Rose with a touch. Cecilia can't get there. And now it's set point Tars. Tars serve short of the net. Side out point to the Irish. Tied at 26. Kirsten to serve. We'll go to at least 28. Kirsten floats it over. Popped up by the Tars. Close to the net. Passed over. Annalise will send it back. Popped up by the Tars. Bump set. Middle attack. Off the net and down for a Tars side out and point. Set point Tars. Cecilia with the pass. Jocelyn with the touch. Zoe passes over. Popped up by the Tars. Kept alive, going the wrong way, and it drops side out Irish. Tied at 27. We'll go to at least 29. Grace in. Jocelyn out. Annalise to serve. Joe says we're going to 45. I sure hope not. Annalise serve deep, popped up though, pass across. Kirsten with the pass forward. Cecilia touch across to Grace. Grace passes over. Set by the Tars. Their attack. Annalise will send it over, but out. And it's set point Tars again, 28-27. Tars Irish serve. Rose pops it up and over. Tars pop it up. Then send that the wrong way. Free ball, long way to go. Coming the wrong way. And our first ceiling count of the night gets it an Irish point. Rose to serve, tied at 28. Rose floats it over, popped up and over. Grace gets the friendly roll off the tape and drops for an Irish point. It's match point Irish. Rose floats it over, popped up by the Tars. Set middle, free ball across. Pearson pops it up. Annalise keeps it alive. Grace gets it over free. Tars pass it up. They'll send the free ball deep. That's out! And the Irish win it in straight sets. 25-20, 30-28. Irish will be in action again Saturday as they go to St. Philomena's. 8th graders get the first match at 9 o'clock, followed by 7th grade and then 6th grade. We should have that here on Irish YouTube. No 8th grade.